Alright, you know, how's it going? So, I was driving home this afternoon, and that trusty LandRover decided it wanted to lose part of its air conditioning compressor. So, I'm driving, I heard this ding, 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 ding down the road. I thought, oh bloody hell, what the fuck was that? Anyway, carried on, and then stopped, carried on again to the next place I was going to, and I could hear a rattling, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? And when I stopped, opened the bonnet up, and this was flapping about on the front of the compressor. So obviously the bolts come out. Looks like there wasn't a washer on there, luckily, so it's just a bolt. And I thought, oh, maybe it's just a dust cover or a seal or something. But then it's got some weight to it. And then when I looked a bit closer, it's got grease on it, but it's got splines in there. So it looks like it serves some sort of purpose, part of the clutch or something like that. Maybe it is the clutch mechanism, part of it. It just goes on the front. So I'm going to take the thing off and see if I can put it back on, and hopefully it hasn't been any damage by driving it without this on it. We're going to find out, that's for sure. I've got to try and find a bolt that goes in there now as well. I don't know how long the bolt's got to be, so let's have a look and find out, shall we? So if we have a look in here, this is the AC pump. This goes on the front there. Now it looks like it come loose and it sort of wore this out round here a little bit. I think it's part of the clutch. That's supposed to just go on there. Yeah, it is part of the clutch, I think, and that's held on with a bolt. It's a bit wobbly, but with any luck, if I can find a bolt that will go in there and hold that in, I might be able to get away with it. Luckily there's none of my fans broken by the bolt coming out and hitting it. Radiator seems alright. So, we might be in lucky. I've just got to go and look at my box of bolts. See if I can find one. I've got to find one with the right thread on it as well. Let's go and have a look. Now I've got to try and find a bolt that's got the right thread on it and it's the right size. So I've got this in here. I've got a couple of jars for the bolts. We'll have a look, see if we can find. I'm hoping I can, because I need to use this car, man. And I'm worried that by using it without that in it and that on it, even if I don't have the air conditioning on, I'm worried that the belt going round on it and whatever, or maybe some more inner parts might fall out, because maybe this keeps them in. I don't know all that much about air conditioning pumps on these cars, so I'm hoping. I better find a bolt. Also, I've got someone coming to collect a car seat, right? Kid's car seat. Why is no one ever on time? They say, oh yeah, I'll be there to collect it. They never turn up. Fucking 18:30, right? 6:30 in the evening, they're meant to come and get it. All arranged. It's now 18:57. No sign of anybody. What is it with these people? I don't think they're English, because they can't spell. Right, let's have a look in a jar of bolts. I can see one bolt already which looks promising. But is that going to be long enough? If it might be too big. It might be too big actually. What's that one in there though? That black one there might be alright. If not, another jar of bolts, miscellaneous bolts. Look, but are they going to be too long? I might have to cut one down. Maybe. Let's have a look. Okay, I need two hands really. Well, would you believe it? I didn't realise it, but this is threaded. It's got a thread in it. I found this bolt. Don't know if it's going to be too long. It's got a washer on it, so I think I'm going to put a washer on it anyway. But it's got the right thread on it, and it goes in. Now, is it going to be the right thread? Well, yeah, it would be the right thread for the bit that it's going to go into, obviously. But is it going to be too long? That's the question. Or maybe not long enough. Maybe it might not be long enough. We'll find out. Let's go and put it on. And have a look. There'll be some of you now watching probably either know air conditioning pumps or you know Land Rovers, and this has happened to you, or you've taken one apart or something and you know. Either that or you're shouting at me going, you're missing this part. Because all I know, something else might have fallen off. I don't know. We're soon going to find out though. I knew it weren't going to be that straightforward. It turns out this bolt fits in there, but the thread in there is actually a smaller bolt. So it was obviously one of those tapered bolts that goes in there, which I haven't got. So I'm going to have to try and make one somehow. See what we can come up with. So I found this bolt. It fits in there, but it's just a bit too, well, quite a lot too long. So I'm going to go and cut it down, and hopefully, with any luck, I might have fixed it. Is it going to be that easy? Don't know. I know what you're going to be thinking. Wouldn't it be easier just to use a grinder? Well, it would be, but it means I've got to plug the grinder in and get all that ready. Whereas if I do it this way, I ain't got it. Now I don't care about the thread at the bottom, so that ain't going to make no difference. I can do that up as tight as I want. And then we get the jolly old, the jolly old, jolly old hacksaw. Bloody blimey. And then we cut away. Cutting this bolt, done it up. That looks too healthy, isn't it? Is it going to be like that? I think so. Oh yeah. I think I've done it up too tight. Aircon's on now. I've turned it on. So that's spinning now. So when the aircon's off, I am into spinning. Right, so the good thing is the aircon works. So I can have it permanently on, which ain't a bad thing. But it's got to be permanently on, I can't turn it off. At the moment that's a good thing because it's 32 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. So what I might do is I might loosen that bolt a bit and see if it's alright off, and then put some Loctite on it, because it's obviously supposed to be, I can't remember the name, but there's a name for those type of bolts. It's got a thick thread at the end and a thin one in it. Sorry, a thin thread at the end and a thick thread at the top end, at the head end. So it keeps the side of the clutch tight, but it's not too tight so that there's a gap for the clutch. Yeah, I've just put an ordinary bolt in it, so it's jamming it close together. I know what the problem is, but I ain't got any of them bolts, and yeah. So I think for now, temporarily, I'm going to slacken it off, put some Loctite on it. Might be a bad idea, but thread lock, and see what happens. I don't want that bolt coming out again, see? So I'm using this for work. This is my work car now. It's the only car I've got, and I don't want this coming out, because if that air conditioning pump breaks and the pulley falls off, I'm fucked. So the pulley falls off, the belt comes off, I lose alternator, I lose fan, I lose water pump. I can't drive it. So I need that to stay on. I don't want the pulley to fall off. That's what I'm worried about. Pulley falling off without that bolt in it or something like that, I don't know. So I'm going to go and do that, and then we'll get back to it. So what I've done is I've put some thread lock on it, stuck a bit of removable grade medium strength thread lock on that little bolt down in there. So my air conditioning is permanently on now because that's jammed close up against it, so it won't turn off. But I'm not going to complain about that right now. I think there's probably supposed to be a spring or something in between to keep it pushed apart, but I'll have to have a look into it. Hopefully I can get the parts separately, and they don't want to sell me the whole pump. Just need the bolt and any bit in between that I might have lost. It's on at the moment, and it is working. Those funny noises when you rev it. Well, fingers crossed, it'll be alright. The last thing I want is for it to come off while I'm going down the motorway. I don't want it to come off while I'm going down the motorway, that's the last thing I want. Temporary fix. After I've put all this back together, I'm going to go and have a look on Paddocks and see if I can find that bolt. I've got a lot of stuff I need to buy from Paddocks to keep this car going. This car is it's life or death, this car at the moment. Not for the car, for me. No car, I'm in trouble. So there's a couple of things I can think about with the limited knowledge I have on it. With the air conditioning, with it being permanently on, stuck on like that, the pump being stuck on, it might overpressure, not sure, because I know that when it gets to a certain temperature or a certain pressure, I think it's temperature, the pump goes off. That's why if you've got the aircon on, you'll hear the engine labour a little bit, and then it will come off. You hear it ticking on and off, and you hear the pump ticking on and off. Well, it won't be doing that anymore. It'll just be on. I think that might cause a lot of problems. So it might be better taking that bolt out and taking that part of the clutch plate off and running it without it altogether, having no air conditioning. I'm just worried that without that plate on there, some more parts from inside might work their way out. Does that make sense to you? So that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, temporarily, that's what I've done. Obviously there'll be an update video, because I'm going to try and get the right bolt for it and the right missing parts to get it going properly, because I want it to work properly. So I'm going to text a few people that I know. There's one person I know, Jay, he's the nuts. He knows Land Rovers inside out, plus he's an air conditioning engineer. He's the one I need to talk to. Well, I gave him a text, we'll see what happens. It's Friday night now. I'm going to go and do some research on the old air conditioning pump for a Land Rover Discovery and see what I can find out, if I'm better off taking it off and running it without that, or if I can just run it with it and have air conditioning and it will be on all the time. I don't know. Comments please in the comment section, because you lot know a lot more than me. So, can I run it like that, or do I have to take it off? Will anything work out? I'm going to have to do research now, and you can tell me. We'll find out. And in the next video about this, hopefully, I'll be fixing it. The last thing I want is for them to go, oh no, you can't buy the separate parts, or you've lost that part, so you've got to buy the whole pump. Fuck that. That means you've got to buy a pump, fit it, and then get it regassed. That's going to cost a fortune. See you on the next one, dudes. Take care.